Some say love, it is a river that drowns the tender reed. It's the heart afraid of breaking that never learns to dance. It's the dream afraid of waking that never takes the chance.
Hi, welcome to this week's episode of the Samantha Leith Show with yours truly, Samantha Leith. Now, February is all about love. Amor, liebe, amore. It's universal. It's part of all of our lives every single day. From self-love to the unrequited, navigating it can be a really rocky road. So let's take a deeper look. What exactly is self-love? Is it rainbows and daisies? I mean, spa days and the best clothes you can buy? No. As I talked about in the confidence stack, it's about looking after and caring for yourself. You take the oxygen mask first, remember. Learning how to appreciate yourself and treating yourself with the kindness and respect you deserve. Nurturing your growth and having a high regard for your own physical, mental, and emotional well-being and happiness. Oscar Wilde said, "To love oneself is the beginning of a lifelong romance, and I am a romantic." You know when you're in that first blossoming love phase, how suddenly everything around you seems better. Well, having great self-love can do that too. Quite literally, the power of love can change your world, but it starts with you. So what do you do if, rather loving yourself, you think of yourself as that person still sitting the side of the hall waiting for someone to ask them to dance? You take it slow, my friends. Here are some tips for you on how to bring more love to yourself from yourself. My foundational 5. Journal, journal, journal. Get that crap out of your head and onto paper. And don't forget to include affirmations and gratitude with that. And yes, you can download the worksheet to help. You want to embrace other mindfulness techniques like meditation and breath work. You want to move your body. You can even do a self-love yoga workout with Adrienne for free on YouTube. She's fabulous. You want to nourish your body and you want to get enough sleep. Now here's some extra bits. Put yourself first. Okay, this can be hard, but start with small things like saying no to an 8:30 dinner when you know you feel better eating by 7. Boundaries are gold, okay? Stop comparing yourself with others, and it will also help you stop judging, which is great for you. You want to improve your circle, fill your time with things that help you feel good about yourself. You want to embrace your creativity and passions. 10 minutes a day in this world can give you a boost like a vitamin B shot in your butt. Remember, there's no such thing as silly dancing in your underwear at home. Grow to love your body and, try the mirror exercise in the freebies section. You want to conquer a fear you have. Take yourself on a date night, anything from a movie to dinner to mountain trekking or a float tank. Make it special and only for you. Speak up more, positive and negative. Expressing how you feel is a really powerful action. Forgive yourself and others. It's a poison, remember. Turn off from the world and think the most amazing things about yourself and the world. Finally, if you need it, and many of us do, get help. There's no greater gift than that of loving yourself. It may be learning more about personal development, working with a coach, or going down a therapeutic road. Whatever works for you is what I really, really encourage you to do. But first, watch all the way to the end of this video, subscribe and do all that stuff, then turn off your notifications, turn up the music and shake your body and dance like you are on fire. There's some instant self-love right there. I can't exactly do an episode about love and not talk about dating. Or should I start with, it's not like it was back in the good old days when you met people at a club or with friends. No, actually, the pool's way bigger now. Done well, online dating is an amazing invention. Done badly, and it can become an addictive behaviour, chasing that next dopamine hit from a swipe. Sometimes it can feel like a meat market, if you want to look at it that way, with swiping the real-life version of being paraded for trade in one of Littlefinger's brothels in Game of Thrones. If you go into it without being prepared for all of it, it can be brutal. I recently had a friend who wanted to dip her toes back into this world of wonder, and she'd been following my recent escapades. She realised when she was honest with herself that she wasn't ready for the bad that would, chances are, happen at some point. Brilliant decision. It also made me remember how interesting some of my dates and conversations had been. To give you an idea, next time I'm asked what my cup size is in a chat, I'm going to say G for gorgeous. To those of you that think perfect match should come back, or maybe you want to give first dates a chance, I say give online dating a go, but do it with intentionality. Be honest about who you are and speak like you. If banter and innuendo is not your thing, don't pretend. And if you're all about AFL, shout it from the rooftops. Use current photos and no filters. Be respectful. Saying that, I need to message someone back. ADH brain, if I don't do it back straight away, I can forget. Do not have your kids or your ex in a photo, okay? Be clear about what you're looking for, and that starts with knowing yourself. There's nothing wrong with wanting a hookup or a long-term relationship, but let people know. Meet people quickly if you're interested, but have a phone buddy to check in on the date. If they do something in a chat that you wouldn't actually like in the real world, speak up or end it. Look broader than your usual type, but keep your list of things you're looking for as priority. And blue eyes should not be a deal breaker, okay? You need to look after your heart and the rest of your life in this process. So set limits on how much time you spend doing it. Chat with friends about what's going on as well. I recommend paying for the app. Don't just use the free versions because it often gives you much better control. Lastly, don't give up, but take breaks. I'm having a break at the moment. It's good for my soul and my workload. Because if you expect to find true love on date number 2, chances are you're going to be disappointed. I could hardly do a month about love and not talk about sex. As I've said before, sex and love are not the same thing, even though many of us have at some stage confused this issue. Ironically, my self-love developed more when I took a greater control of my sex life. Don't misunderstand me, I was confident about so many things, but that deep self-love was on pretty shaky ground sometimes. A few years ago, I was on stage at a TedX pitch night at the Sydney Opera House, and yes, I talked about sex. The talk was adding sex to your personal development toolbox, and well, here it is. When you feel like you've done everything from firewalking to tapping in a world of personal development, yet you know there's room for more, for you to be more, what do? You get sexually empowered and fast. Sex is natural, sex is good. Not everybody does it, but everybody should. I've always liked sex, so what made this journey any different from many of my other sexploitations? Well, I was in control. I was asking for and getting exactly what I wanted. For someone who felt guilty asking for extra water at a restaurant, this was a really big deal. It's like starting anything new. It's a learning curve, and this was a really steep one. First come the apps, Tinder, Bumble, Feed, it's a whole world out there. And when you're not looking for love, it's a very different language also. Everything from the photos you choose to the hidden code in your profile text has to be put together like an award-winning theatre production. It's choreographed, it's scripted, it's designed, it's produced, and ultimately performed. I thought I would faint, literally, the first time I arranged a meetup. Hey, we're all adults here. It was a 4-star hotel room, city location. My instructions to him were simple. Bring your A game, French champagne. I had simple needs, wants and desires. And I was terrified. You don't need all the details. So all I'll say is the night was hot and he followed the instructions perfectly. The chick in a dialogue would have normally started. Will he call? Do I call him? Blah, 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 blah. Not a whisper inside my mind. I was done. I asked for and got what I wanted. I wonder, would this new mojo bleed into other areas of my life? Would it work if I asked the universe for something bigger? I didn't get that carried away. I simply moved on to my next sexual experience that I wanted. And as a bisexual, this opened up a whole lot of pathways. From helping to run a very sexy and very select party group to a threesome for Valentine's Day and a younger man with my personal to-do list, I think I chalked up a lot of things on my sexual vision board. So empowered, so energized, so sexy, so at one with myself and my body. Could it have simply been the release of those fabulous endogenous hormones like dopamine, serotonin, and oxytocin? No. It wasn't just about the post-coital high. Maybe the studies that show sex does similar things to your brain as meditation are actually right. Could a better sex life be the missing piece of your personal development toolbox? Yes! Saying yes to what I wanted, and more importantly, no to what I didn't, was becoming part of my natural state, with the bonus that my fear of rejection was diminishing. It was so enlightening when that sheen started to wear off. I still had this internal sparkle, and I knew it would all be okay. My wants and my needs were changing. Love is now back on my vision board. The more confident and charismatic me now knew that I could go for whatever my desire, whatever area of my life. So I encourage you to go out and add sex to your personal development toolbox.
Just remember, in the winter, far beneath the bitter snows.
Thank you so much for watching this week's episode of The Samantha Leith Show. I hope you loved it. Please head on over to samanthaleith.com/freebies to get the worksheets for this month. And don't forget to spread the love by subscribing, commenting, and sharing this video. Until next time, don't forget to love yourself because you are extraordinary.